Alright, y'all, I know I look scraggly as hell, but I have a pressing matter to get to, and I'm sorry if you hear people in the background. We have company. But, anyways, guys, the pressing matters in question. I had a stalker. I don't know if he's, like, done trying to be Joe Goldberg or whatever, but yes, I did have a stalker. And I have to literally, like, run you through this bar for bar as best I can, right? And maybe we might, like, go off script a little bit. But, not everybody, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Hey, no. But, like, it's so important that you hear me, bro. And, like, I'm gonna, like, preface this. Like, I am not trying to glorify stalking or anything. Like, this is just, like, oh, wait. Actually, no, that shouldn't be the first thing. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay, right? I'm living, I'm breathing. Nobody's showing up to my doorstep. Like, nobody's come through my window, tried to, like, in my sleep. Like, this isn't even a Scream movie either. But I'd survive. Like, nah, I'd win. Like, I'm done, bro. But no, I'm not trying to glorify stalking, right? Because, like, I used to think, like, I used to want pretty privilege, and it was just like, oh my gosh, like, I just want my beauty to be validated. And I'm not saying that, like, if you have to be pretty to have a stalker, like, no, it's like this person was stalking me because they liked me and they thought I was, like, really, really attractive. And it's just like, damn, like, I didn't know I was capable of doing all that, even though I know I'm not ugly, but I'm not, like, Adriana Lima level hot, so it's just like, I'm a niche pull at the sleepover. Like, but anyways, no. So I gotta walk you through this. So basically, there's this dude that I met on Hinge during my senior year, and this dude was so fucking bad, bro. Like, I don't even know, like, what kind of, like, thing he was, right? I think he was, like, some kind of, like, Hispanic. And I really wasn't trying to ask too many investigative questions. It was just like, oh, you had a mustache and a goatee. You were really bad as fuck. I'm on that. So we're texting and stuff. We're bonding over text, and we eventually take it to Instagram. Now, mind you, while we're texting on Instagram, my reception is dog shit. Like, I cannot send texts. Like, my texts are not even going through. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna chill on that. I'm out with my mom right now. I'll just text back when I can get home and my texts are actually sending and I can hold a conversation with someone. Anyways, I get back home, I text him the next day, I'm removed from the following and the followers, and I'm like, okay, chill. Now, mind you, I'm in my phase where, like, I'm like, these are my first few months on the dating apps, and I'm 18, I'm legal. These first few months of me having these dating apps, baby, like, I was the devil on these apps. Like, when you think of, like, like, women that are, like, constantly on the prowl, like, that's me. That was literally me, bro. Like, I was constantly in a man's face at every waking moment. I had all 3 dating apps in overdrive all the fucking time. So I was like, he's bad, but there are badder men out there. Wipe your tears, you have work to do. And I was just like, okay, like, whatever. So I'm posting stories, I was a little bummed about it, but, like, it wasn't to the point where, like, I need to spin back and find answers. I only wanted to find answers when I saw him in my story views each time I was posting a story. And I'm like, weird, you removed yourself from the program, but you're trying to re-enroll. What's tea? So I don't remember, like, how it starts, but I remember asking him, like, hey, what happened? He was like, you just took too long to reply, and I didn't like that. Mind you, this man, he's 20 or 21. I'm leaning towards 21. I think he was legal, right? Like, overly legal. I was just like, okay. So we start texting again, and this time I am trying to text him while I'm in class, and my high school had a strict no phones policy during class. Like, baby, I was playing with fire. But it was just like, oh, I don't want him to feel like I don't want him. But it was just like, what about your health? Like, you have shit to lose. You're still in school. You don't have this diploma yet. Like, you should not be playing like that. Okay? Everything's alleged. Like, I'm not about to, like, cause defamation of character. He's what he had going on. But I remember during this time, he did not have a job. He was, like, getting laid off or something. And basically, he had a fuck ton of time on his hands. And it was just like, okay, so this is why you're getting pissy about these little ass things. I'm like, okay, shit, bro. So I remember, like, we, fuck, what happened? I'm trying to remember. We eventually, like, we're on and off contact. Like, it's so weird. I remember, like, these are, like, little incidents, but they stack up, right? I remember there's this one time he followed my spam because I told him about it, and he was on FaceTime with his little boo, like, not his boo thing. I'm calling his friend his boo thing because it's just like, why are you, like, sitting there, like, going through, like, an 18-year-old girl spam? Like, it's some bullshit, bro. So anyways, he is going through my spam. His friend just overly has so much to say. Like, he's fucking, like, Freud or something. Like, oh, this girl, she likes male attention. Guilty. Sorry, I'm a straight woman. Like, what the fuck do you think? So then also, I remember there was this other time. What else happened? There was, like, prom that rolled around, and I was telling him, oh yeah, prom's going around, and then he's like, oh, I want to come with you. Initially, I was with it, and then I started getting this terrible feeling, and I couldn't decipher if it was a terrible gut feeling or like if it was like me like fearing going behind my mom's back, because essentially like if I was going to bring a +1 to prom, I was going to have to go behind my mom's back, get the person that I was trying to bring to prom to go up to the school and sign the forms. And it was just like, oh, do you want to do that, babes? And like I couldn't tell if it was a gut feeling because like nothing was happening in my stomach. I remember like searching. I was like, what does the gut feeling feel like? But it was just like, baby, like your common sense was probably ringing in your ears, just begging to be heard. And thank God it was. I initially, like, I literally pulled out. I was like, hey, no diss to you, but like I don't think it's a good idea that you come. I'm just getting a terrible gut feeling, no hard feelings. Very much hard feelings on his end. He did not like that. And then I also remember there's this other time we were like texting and stuff. Bro, this hoodie is like low-key choking me out. I can't, like, this is the wrong thing to be choking me out. Like, where's fine shit? But anyways, I remember there's this other time I was yarning a yarn ball. We were texting, and I basically, when you're crocheting, your yarn gets tangled. So I put my phone down and I'm managing the yarn. My phone's blowing up. And it's like, where are you? Like, you're supposed to be texting me. It's giving real codependency. And I'm like, chill, I'm yarning a yarn ball. And then I also remember there's this one time he was like texting, I miss you. Now, I can't stand when a man texts me, I miss you, too early on. And it's just like, we're still getting to know each other. Like, this is literally like Discord kitten nachos. And like, you're not about to reheat them on iMessage or IG. That is not the program I'm running. That is not the type of program I want to implement over here. You need to chill. And I was like, what is there to miss? And I barely knew the dude, bro. Like, of course you can talk about intimate things over text, but I don't really agree that like that really translates as intimacy. Like, you don't really know them as a person, like, at all. Like, I don't know. And you don't know if this person like literally read like a a psycho like analysis book or something, like basically like, oh, this is human psychology and blah blah blah, and they're basically just texting off what they read bar for bar and like kind of making it digestible to where like their lexical choice isn't so complex where you're gonna be like, do you really think like that? But anyways, he blocks me after that, and I'm like, okay, well, okay. And this other time I remember summer rolls around and I'm in this talking stage, and baby, I am down bad over this dude. Like, I don't even play. Like, literally don't even play. Like, it only lasted a month, but I was like, this was a rebound from my 4+ year humiliationship, and the thing that they had in common was that they were both ginger, and I was overly on those ginger boys. Like, you could not peel me away from them. Mind you, me and this man are incompatible. Like, totally all together, but I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to not see it. I'm trying to ignore it. And I remember, like, basically the dude eventually cuts it off with an abrupt, it's not gonna work. And thank God, Jesus, he was absolutely right. But me at the time, I couldn't see it. I wanted this to work so bad. So anyways, while I'm in this, like, entanglement with this dude, stalker guy comes in and he's basically opening up about something that's really traumatic, kicking the bucket type shit. And I was like, hey, hate that happened to you. I'm here for you. If you need me, you can vent, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Not long after, he drops that big information nuke. He's like, are you talking to anyone? And I'm like, yeah, I am talking to someone. It's actually getting like kind of serious. Crickets. Okay. So then we stopped talking. But I also, like, I don't know if it was like we abruptly stopped talking from there. But I vaguely remember him saying, like, oh, like, I want to be friends with you. Like, I don't care if we're, like, romantic or not. Like, I just want to be in your life. Okay. Then spin back a month later when the thing totally fizzles out with this dude. He comes back and he's like, hey, are you still talking to anyone? And I'm like, no. Like, things, like, went sour. He was like, I was manifesting that. I was like, oh. Initially, I was like, aw. I didn't know how to feel about it. And then eventually, I block him because I'm like, who are you feeling like, bro? Like, I eventually do unblock him because, like, it was just, like, in hindsight, like, at the time, it wasn't that serious. And then also, I was, like, strangely flattered. And I was like, okay, like, enough time has passed. I'm not really, like, pressed about it. And, like, low-key, like, I kind of miss him. So, I unblock him, and eventually we start talking again. And we're, like, discussing, like, why I blocked him. And he also spun it back. And then he was like, oh, you blocked me, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, I also blocked you because I think you liked me. And you were trying to pose it as, like, no, like, we can be friends, blah, blah, blah. When we know damn well that's not true. Like, you overly are like hungry for this. Let's not front. So all of that's happening, and this is like around like maybe like Thanksgiving or something. It's like October or something. Okay, Thanksgiving is not in October, but like I was trying to scroll back through to find all the receipts, but like my Instagram DMs literally capped at like October. Like I was trying to find it, and then I deleted the iMessage text because I was either trying to get storage or like he pissed me off another time. So I remember like we're texting and stuff, and it's like it's October. He's telling me about this girl that like he really really likes, and this is going to be very important because he's going to basically like spin back multiple times later telling me, oh, how he has genuine feelings for me each time he spins back, but he's acting like he's never told me about other women. But the thing is, I don't get obsessive and creepy every time he's telling me this. I'm automatically making myself an emotional crutch, even though I really don't have like strong romantic feelings for him. It's just like I'm just giving you sound advice because I care about you, like nothing more, nothing less. So he's telling me about this girl and like how all the girls that he talks to are just like they always like male attention and da 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 da, and then how he's unworthy of love, and he's just really being a pick me incel, like low key. But like he's saying it in a way where it's like it's really vulnerable and you're not getting like incel vibes. It's just kind of like, oh, you're really self-loathing over here, like whoa, what the hell. So I remember like maybe like Thanksgiving or time rolls around and we're texting again, and this time I am getting D1 glaze in my Instagram DMs. Like I swear, like full Shakespearean type shit. Who doesn't like to hear D1 glaze about themselves? Like, I'll wait, let me hear. Raise your hands, or like I don't know. But anyways, I'm hearing this. He's basically telling me how amazing I am and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh whoa, y'all. Like my panties are about to come off, yo. Like you gotta chill. Like we can't be doing that over here. We eventually have a goon meeting, right? And we're doing all of this. But before this goon meeting commences, right? We are scrolling through my highlights on Instagram. He is screen sharing his screen and he is individually showing me each Instagram highlight that he has personally gooned to. He's going through, he's like, yep, I've gooned to this one, I've gooned to this one, I've gooned to this one. I cannot make this shit up, bro. Put it on my life. So I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy. Like, you know, usually when people goon to you, they don't really tell you about it. They'll just like kind of like bust the nut and maybe you'll feel it energetically. No, he's letting me know that like jizz was probably on that damn phone. It's like, okay, eventually the goon meeting does commence and we're doing this. Anyways, after this happens, he's like, oh, I've never busted this much. Da-da-da, this, that, and the third. Okay, like whatever, baby. Like, I've heard this a bajillion times. Like, we're reheating the same script. Like, it's literally like different guys, same script all the time. So I remember he sends me a picture that fucking icks me out. And like, I'm sorry, but after busting a nut, I would never pose up like, like what are we doing, bro? So, anyways, I forgot why the hell we fall out again, bro. Like, I really, really don't remember. Like, I'm telling you, contact with him is so shaky. But I remember telling him about, like, I'm giving him more advice about these fuck-ass women, bro. And I don't mean to call them fuck-ass women. I'm sorry, yo. Like, I gotta tell you, like, the way he talks about these women is, like, they dog him out multiple times. And, like, they don't care about him. And I'm like, okay, if you know they don't care about you, why are you trying to put them in, like, put yourself in their path for them to, like, walk all over you? Like, let's be serious. And I'm also noticing that he likes to paint narratives, right? So if there is not like like concrete anything and like he just has like a little bit to go off of, he's taking a mile. And it's just like, okay, so like okay. Anyways, I remember like maybe like early like fall term rolls around. Like mind you, this is right when I'm kind of like getting to know that like the roommate that I was hooking up with. I remember telling him, yeah, you know, I'm low-key hooking up with my friend's roommate. And he's asking me like how I am, how's college, blah blah blah. He did not like that little tidbit of information, and like the way he comes back is like he's making it seem like he's just been so in love with me after all this time. It does not matter how many women he cycled through, he is still going to be loyal to me even though we've never had this talk of exclusivity. Like I'm telling you, this is some Joe Goldberg shit. And it's just like, whoa, like I'm sorry, but like as soon as you're cutting contact, it's on to the next. And like I'm not even cycling through my dating apps like crazy like that. It was just like I keep my options open. I'm not gonna be hung up on someone who's not talking to me. Like, be for real. And if I have options, I'm clearly gonna go after them. Like, I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated. The fuck. So, anyways, he's coming back. Like each time he's coming back, he's expecting me to return these intense feelings that he has for me, and it's just like I don't know you anymore, like at all. You don't know me, I don't know you. I'm not going to attach past versions of you to your current self, because mind you, it's been months since we've talked, and the most you're seeing me through is my Instagram stories, and that's not even really a good representation of me. Like I overly have a social media personality and personality for like intimate people, and it's just like you can't really get to know someone online. Like be serious, bro. And like from that fact alone, he has never known me because we've never met in person. So anyways, we're texting and stuff, and like he's overly like kind of flaking, and I remember I eventually get blocked after I dropped that like that nuke of information on him, and it's just like, okay, I think that like ticked him off because it was just like He was expecting something to pop off, and he was just gonna come back like shit was sweet. Like, no, the fuck it wasn't. Like, this is doggy doo doo. So I remember it comes like before like spring break happens. I see him at my story views again, and it's happening on multiple days. And mind you, I'm also juggling it with another dude who I met on Tinder, who we fell out. And I remember I'm like, yo, twin, like you've been in my story views for a hot minute. What's tea? And he's like, sigh, like it's like I like you, but I gotta like you from a distance. And I was like, oh, that's so cute, but like I miss you too, but like what do you mean from a distance? And then he's just like, I just whatever. So then after like during the spring break, this is what happens. He's like, sigh, and I'm like, what is it, twin? Hold on, we can actually read off the receipts. Where's my fucking phone? Okay, here we go. I remember him being like, sigh, and I'm like, what is it, twin? And he's like, you're what it is. And I'm trying to read it off bar for bar, bro. Like, he's like, sigh, and I'm like, what is it, twin? And he's like, I just wanted an opportunity to love you, kiss you, pay for everything until I end up broke, play games with you, help you record your videos, give you massages, ask if you're okay, and just be there for you. You, twin, you're what it is. And I was like, but you did, but you kept, and you, wait, but you did, and you kept disappearing on me. And then he was like, false. I can't even count on one hand how many times he's blocked and ghosted me. Like, don't fucking play. Like, I swear this man adopts victim mentality every time we talk, and it's just like he tries to paint me as the villain, or just any woman that he's fallen, like the things have fallen through with. And then I was like, how? And then he was like, I thought I did till I saw flirting with another individual involved. Then I realized I was just always and will be an option. And then I was like, I've been trying to talk to you and you were airing me. When was this? I don't keep rosters anymore. I've been going through a lot lately. And then he was like, when, and then he replied to, when was this? And he was like, long enough for me to remember, long enough for me to not care anymore. And then when I said, I've been going through a lot, he was like, honestly, every girl I've spoken to has said this. Not downplaying what you've been through, but like, damn, can nobody make the right decisions? And like, when we're like talking like this, I don't even want to read through those texts. And I'm not trying to frame a narrative, but like, I feel like that just takes up space, honestly. I think it's more important for me to like give you the tidbits that are like crucial to the story. So the whole summation of that like thing, he's basically saying that I was never hung up on him, and he was mad that basically I told him that in the past I was like going to be celibate, I was saving myself for marriage. And baby, I already have a video, like I don't even have a video on that, but basically when I like when I was like recently 18, I was like on this whole thing, I'm gonna wait for marriage, blah 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 blah, da, da, da. And it was just like I was really on like my traditional like values kind of thing, and that's just not me. That was like I kind of like to hunch, sorry. And like once you experience like getting piped down for the first time like real good, like you're not gonna want to go back, you're not gonna want to wait. So then I was like, okay, so like I'm not really gonna, I don't subscribe to that anymore. And like had he talked to me, he would have known that. And that's why I'm saying he didn't know me. So then it was just like, okay, like, so he's like, but like I know you're not mine to get like possessive over or whatever, but like, you know, it's just like you were telling me you were gonna be celibate, and then here you go telling me that you were fucking on other guys. And it was just like, okay, but like I regret every moment I spent with that dude. Like that was just overly a whole thing, and like it ruined my self-esteem. And then he was trying to make it about himself. He was like, oh, you were never hung up on me, like I met people who were hung up on me and you weren't. This is like, baby, like shush, like I don't care. And like this whole time, like I swear, like every time he spins back, it's like he tries to make it about himself, and it's just never like, oh, you know, how are you doing? How do you feel? What's been going on with you? It's like every time he comes back, like he pushes everything away and he inserts himself, and it's just like, that's not how things roll around here. You can't like come back like months later after not talking, not knowing me anymore, and then expect me to like go be crazy about you. Like, are you in La La Land? This isn't an anime, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I remember like, I don't quite remember. I remember like getting blocked again, bro, again. I can't make this up. So then, basically, no, oh my gosh, wait. So I remember like we're texting and stuff, and he's telling me like, he's basically trying to hint at the fact that like he's been dogged out by these girls, and like I'm wanting somebody on my level. I want to like, you know, date effectively, blah 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 blah, like I want to date intentionally. And he's trying to basically say that, oh, like I'm the guy for you. And it's just like, no, like this isn't the time for that. Like you should not be trying to insert yourself into places that you do not belong right now. And basically he's really not going for this. I remember Oh my gosh, I posted a photo dump, and we're not talking by like this point, I guess. And he slides up with the photo dump, and he's like, "You haven't changed." And then I was like, "What are you talking about, bro?" And he's like, "It's girls like you that make me consider asexuality and blah 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 blah." And I was just like, and mind you, like, he removes me as a follower, and I'm like, "Bro, you gotta like remove me, like blah blah blah." And he's like, "Yeah, I have to, like, you PMO." And then it's just like, chill, bro. Like, I didn't even do anything, and like, you're seeing these photo dumps, but it's the people talking crazy to me. I can't help it. So then I eventually get blocked. I get blocked. So I was like, okay, whatever. Now, mere days after this, I get a text from an account. It's a random burner or something. There are no posts on this account, no profile picture. The profile picture is just pitch black. And I remember I posted on my story. I was like, I say I want to find man with big meat, and y'all are acting like I started the Castrate A Prince clan. And I was like, y'all overly gotta chill. And he was like, I could tell you get blocked often, but it's to be expected because you're a WHORE. And it's just like, whoa. And then I saw it a couple days later, or like 10 days later, and it was like, hush, A Print. And then I remember I was on live one day, and somebody was telling me to start an OF. And I jokingly brought like the thing to like my my Instagram poll, and I was like, y'all guys, like, should I start it or no? And of course, me being me caring about my future, despite my digital footprint being cooked, I was never gonna start the OF. It was just kicks and giggles. He's like, I'm expecting you to start it. Like, OF for girls is a canon event. Like, I'm just waiting on it. And I'm like, you're probably gonna be my first subscriber, blah 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 blah. And he's sliding up with stories like every so often. Like, I remember saying I was gonna like start commissions, and he was like, what does this mean? And I was like, oh, it's just me basically like letting people pay me to make them stuff. Da da da. And then I remember making the YouTube video about the most unhygienic man you'll date is on Hinge, and he slides up. And this is where like things just get so dicey for me that it's just like, I really can't believe this happened. So basically, this alt account, crazy, literally crazy, bro. He slides up, and I don't know, I'm gonna try to give you like the spark notes, right? But he's basically like saying like, you receive what you project, as they say. Like, damn bitch, you fuck with nasty guys still. You're way too clean to be doing all that. But hey, people got kinks, I guess. If yours is smelly, dudes pop off twin. And I was like, hey, like, I'm cool off dating. Like, that was for the plot. Honestly, I need to do some soul searching. And mind you, this story happened all the way in May. I'm reheating my own nachos right now because it's just like, oh, you know, this was just a funny story to tell, and I feel like I didn't flesh it out when I initially told it. And then he, like, when I said it was like for the plot or something, he was like, if I had $1 for the sentence being said, I'd have $4, which isn't weird but an oddly specific amount. So happy we didn't do nothing. Once you said you were saving yourself for marriage, I knew it was a matter of time before you hooked up with any dude. But hey, you like smelly dudes, smelly men, I respect it. I won't yuck your yum. And I'm like, question mark, question mark, question mark. We talked before. And I was like, why are you lurking on this random ass account, bro? Man up. And then he was like, yeah, but you have so many. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta lock in for this one. You have so many dicks in your phone like a good slut that you have no idea which dude you're talking to or which dude's your hater. It's like you thrive on making enemies. And I'm like, bro, I'm screaming. Like, you don't even. He doesn't even know me. Like, the thing is, like, I have not been talking to, like, okay, hold on. Let me not fib here. The only dude that I'm talking to from, like, my past, like, we've done stuff, is my second body. That's it. So it's just like, for you to like come on here and like be doing all of this, like, you're doing too much. And I'm like, this is genuinely coming out of left field. Like, I can't. I just have options with that, which I don't sleep with, don't hate because you don't got it like that. And then when I said man up, he's sending this cornball. And then he was like, I was posting about one of your said options being smelly as fuck. The cope is wild. And then he's like, come on. And then he makes a joke out of my name because like I share a name with like a billionaire twat, and I don't like it, trust me. But he was like, and then he's just making a note, a nickname. And then I was like, because I felt like making content, I'm a niche internet celebrity. And I was like, sorry you're mad you didn't get this cat, but you got to start lurking on my shit. And then I said I fuck with the name. And then he was like, I can easily send a picture that will have you pulling your hair out, but let me not. And that text, like, in hindsight, like, kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, because it was just like, what are you talking about right now? Like, are you saying that you're going to post a face reveal, or you have a picture that I sent you that was like rather intimate and you're trying to throw it back in my face and you saved it somehow? Let's not ponder that for too long, because I'm going to get heated, bro. I'm going to start flipping tables. So then, when I told him I messed with the name, he was like, I would too, if that's the type of people I like to associate myself with. And I'm begging him to send the pic. And I was like, you want me to send a video of me begging Zaddy? And he was like, LMFAO. Now I've gotten a few of those voice notes too, so I'm chill. And he was like, you're used goods now. Mind you. This dude, he has of all my talking stages, they've all had bodies. In fact, like I would tell them that I was a virgin, and they were overly fetishizing it. Like it was so weird. Like I swear, like I had a video telling you guys, don't tell people you're a virgin, like at all. Like it's more socially acceptable for women to be virgins. Like men, like y'all kind of keep that on the hush hush, but women, you gotta keep that on the hush hush too. Like act like you're gonna be burned at the stake. So then I was like, I feel like I know who you are, because it was just like I thought he was my one like kind of like text like F buddy, like from like earlier that year. I mean, not like last year, and like we were just gooning on the phone and stuff. And he was basically telling me how to use goods. I was like, gladly. And I told him I thought you were passed around like crazy, because this dude, he had hella bodies. The dude I was like thinking of. And he was asking me to say one of the names, and I said the wrong name. And he was like, dumbass. And then he was like, I liked how confident you are, blah, 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 blah. And then I was asking for a hint. He was like, there's no amount of hints I can give you. You're such a WHORE that every guy you talk to will somehow, some way make you repeat and do the same shit you do with all men. You so very obviously have no idea what I'm talking about, because you're so berberine to understand. But it's okay. And I'm still like, whoa. Like, I'm just lost. And I'm like, this is not like making sense. And he's getting mad at me for using voice notes. So mind you, the whole time we're texting, my Instagram is bugging real bad. Like my DMs aren't even like, they're not loading correctly. And he's telling me that like I'm making fun of like his choices, because it's just like, what are you talking about right now? He's telling me that I'm making fun of him using big boy words from that paragraph that I just read. And it was just like, I'm reading through the paragraph and I'm like, what are the big boy words? Like, I don't know. So then I'm telling him, I'm like, he's talking like an anime character, blah 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 blah. And I was like, yo, like you're kind of funny. Like I feel like I'm talking to you for a reason. Like I talked to you for a reason. Like you're chill. So then he was like, well, we actually vibe well, but you just a fuck shit, so I backed off. Hence my hate towards you. Not really hate, to be honest. I just don't like some of your character traits. And he said, sorry, you're twice. Sorry, I'm shitting right now. I can't focus. And then he was like, I don't understand the thought of us talking exclusively, then you fucking on someone and being extremely open about it on your stories afterwards. It's like, where's the shame, bro? Mind you, bro, we were never talking exclusively. Like, I swear, like, I put it on my life. We were never talking exclusively. Like, every single time we were talking, like, he would go through my following, he would be mad that I was, like, following, like, so many dudes, and it was just, like, okay, like, whatever, and mind you, he was popping out of my life so many times. I was never, like, in this, like, exclusive talking stage with him, and then if he's talking, like, recently, like, when he spun back fall term, and, like, he was doing all of this, and it was just, like, when I told him I was fucking on someone, we were never talking exclusively. He came back to check on me and, like, basically see if he could, like, reel his way back in. We never talked exclusively. So that's already wrong. That's already psychotic. So then he was like at this point, if you're a cheater, low-key, I wouldn't even be surprised, like, not to talk shit. Just the way you move to sneaky first, loyal person. And then it's like, and then I'm like, hey, like, I'm just posting whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, my internet me is different than how I move in person. And he's like, you post what you want people to view you as. Don't blame that. I don't know your personal life, because you posting about your personal life is all I gotta know. You legit sit, watch the vid, pick, post whatever the fuck, analyze it, and then post it. Like, genuine mental illness, gang. At least I get paid for this. At least I wasn't laid off of my job. But anyways, I tell him that, hey, like, if I'm talking to someone exclusively and I want to go talk to other people, I'm just going to break it off. Like, I think I owe that person the decency instead of, like, going around and, like, being an asshole. He's like, oh, shit, she has common sense, blah, blah, blah. And he's telling me that I'm slow because, like, I don't know who this man is. Like, I'm sorry, you're totally on an anonymous page. I have nothing to go off of. And then he's like, and then he says, this is a lie. You've literally been the same now and years back. I'm done stalking you. I be getting sick from doing it sometimes. Your posts are the same. You still talk the same. Your attitude is still the same. Praying for your future spouse. Brother has no idea what baggage that he's going to carry once he gets involved with you. And I was like, hold up. Is this blank? I fully reduced that to him. And, like, when he told me he was shitting, like, that's how we talked. We were, like, kind of, like, comfortable like that, like, texting. And, like, I don't really have that filter with anyone. So it's just, like, hey, if I'm, like, taking a piss, I'm just gonna tell you I'm taking a piss. And I clocked it. I was like, that is him. It's literally him. And then he sends this. He's like, bye. And I was like, I knew it, bro. And then I'm joking. I'm like, hey, like, you should have told me. Like, I literally got to the ruler ranks, blah, 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 because we used to play Tekken and whatnot. And then he was like, I'm simply a bitter person. I had genuine feelings for you, but it wasn't mutual, clearly. So you go low, I go, see depth slow. Mind you, we haven't been talking, bro. We haven't been talking. This is class A harassment. Like, I can't. So then I'm sending voice messages. I don't even feel like playing them back because it's just like, you gotta understand, bro. Like, I'm totally a victim here. Maybe not totally a victim, right? Like, we did talk at one point, but it was never exclusive. Like, I did share intimate details. Like, we did, like, share stuff with each other. But at the same time, there's always going to be that barrier of distance if you're always going to be texting pen pals. So then I'm asking him to basically simplify, like, what he's doing. He's like, it's the fact you think the reason for this is because I'm butthurt. You didn't return the feelings tells me how self-centered you are, hence why I'm not even replying, even though I so very clearly explained why I'm doing this and you even acknowledged it. But I guess you want to cherry pick what you want to focus on. And then I'm telling him, okay, like, yo, like, just tell me, like, free of, like, profanities. And this is where it gets crazy. One, I'm utterly obsessed with you, as any guy would be with someone they know they can never get. Two, I'm a bitter person. I can most definitely let things go, but why not let this go? Because I still constantly think about you, even though you deserve no space in my head, but alas, you're still in the back of my mind regardless. Three, why the name calling? I'll be honest, I'll say this as truthfully as possible. Everything I'm saying, I really don't mean it genuinely. I think the opposite of everything I've said. You obviously can tell I'm a salty ass bitch from the past, so that's why I started off passive aggressive. Everything I'm saying, I know isn't the proper way. If I wanted to, I could have just kept you unblocked and approached you with the respect you deserve, but you low-key gotta understand, you disrespected the fuck out of me by doing what you did, so when we stopped talking, you left a sour impression behind. I'm not saying I know you down to the atom, but in the short time we've spoken together, you kind of became an open book, so it was hard not to get information out of you. You literally would be talking about other guys to me whilst I literally had genuine feelings for you. Anyhow, I'm not gonna say sorry because sorry don't change anything, but for what it's worth, I am sorry for shitting on you just now. Also, being bored plays a factor too. I mean, I got a life, but when I'm bored, I got way too much free time. There, I'm done. Hope you're satisfied. And by this point, I'm fully, like, I was like, yo, like, I'm crying by this point because it's just like, I want you to know, like, I did respect you as a person, and like, no matter how many times we fell out, I overly had a soft spot for this guy. Like, I was welcoming him back with open arms every single time. And it was just like, for you to do this, like, I was hoping you were the one talking stage that this didn't happen with it, despite all of your crazy things, right? Like, it was just like, this is especially hurtful that one, you would go through an alt account to harass me, and then two, you would say all of these vile things about me, knowing you don't know anything about me anymore, and then paint these false narratives that, like, oh, like, we were talking exclusively, like, I had these genuine feelings, and like, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, these are totally one-sided. Like, you've been going and dating other women, and like, you're telling me about it too, and it's just like, I'm not pressed about it because I have other people I'm talking to. And it was just like, for you to come back and just basically act like I'm just supposed to be sitting here like a little dog, just being like, ruff, 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 you're still back? Like, what's going on with tea? But yeah, you just can't make this up. You can't make this up, bro. And I had to block him after that because it's just like, you can't be doing that. That's not okay. Like, that's not okay. Like, no words can just put that into perspective. Like, there's something going on up here. Like, I feel like Nate Jacobs, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I can't. Like, this feels like it's straight out of a slasher, bro. Like, if we ever met, like, breather, because this is, I can't. Like, I really don't think you can, like, ever wrap your head around this kind of stuff. And it's just like, how is this okay, bro? Like, how'd you compute that in your head to just be like, me, victim, you're the perpetrator? Like, oh my gosh, bro. But, yeah, that happened. I'm not trying to say I'm a saint, right? Like, we did talk at one point, but it was never exclusive. Like, we were never boyfriend, girlfriend, anything. And like, I always told him, like, I was never like really locking it down with just one person. And like, when we did like actually like really get into a talking stage, like, I eventually like we did talk exclusively. Actually, I remember it was like my senior year. That's what I'm saying. It's been 2 years since I graduated high school, bro. And like, you're talking 2 years ago when we talked exclusively, and when you're telling me that like I was messing with other people while we were talking exclusively, that never happened. Every time you spin back, the people that I'm currently talking to that I can see in person are never going to be kicked to the curb. That was never happening. You literally come in checking on me, asking how university's going. I tell you about my social and academic life, and you just don't like that because you think that, like, you can come over here and just do whatever. Like, that's not how that works. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, his timelines are all mixed up, but he just wants to paint himself to be a victim. Like, I swear that he is such a fucking incel, bro. And, like, you listen to how he talks, it's just, like, he thinks that, like, the world revolves around him and just women are just out to get him. Like, I'm sorry you have terrible luck with women. I have terrible luck with men, too. But, like, you don't hear me taking it out on people or becoming a femcel. Like, be serious. But, yeah. Yeah, that happened. And I'm okay. I'm definitely okay, right? Like, this is content. I love content farming. Like, every time, like, something crazy happens to me and I process, it's just like, let me press record. Press record. Drive around, let the partition play it. Like, that's how it feels, bro. But yeah, I'm cool now. I was journaling about it earlier so I could, like, kind of, like, cross-reference, like, my events. And, like, my Instagram literally capped, like, my text at October. So it was just, like, I really couldn't, like, fully go back. So I'm going off of memory alone. And I'm not saying, like, this is all correct, right? There's always 3 sides. Your side, their side, and the truth. This is just my story, right? So yeah, if he ever, like, comes in and he wants to make his story, like, let him, listen to both of us, come to your own conclusion. And I don't know, but, like, yeah, stay safe out there. And I don't know, just don't be crazy. Literally don't be crazy. But I'll see you guys.